Okay, right now in question 2, they say that calculate the length of the length of CB. So they actually want us to calculate that length starting here, going that part there, right? Now, first things first, now can you see that actually AB lies on the line? No, I meant to say the coordinates of B, or the point B, it actually lies on the line of AB. So, and it's also the x-intercept of that line of AB. Now, for us to actually find that coordinate there, or that point there, we're gonna need to actually know what is the equation of line AB. All right, now to find that equation of line AB, we're gonna do a couple of steps, so I just need you to focus and go along with me. But the first thing that we're gonna need to do now, we're gonna need to find the center of that circle that we are actually given there. Now remember, to find the center of that circle, can you see that we are given the equation this way? Now remember, if you're gonna use the completing of the scale, we're gonna actually know what is the center of the circle, because remember, according to theory, is that an equation for the center of a circle is given as x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals to r squared, where a comma b is the center, right? Is the center. Okay, so we're gonna need to find that equation there. So we're gonna write this down here. So we're gonna say x squared, um we're gonna group it with 6x, then we're gonna say plus y squared minus 4y, then I'm gonna take the 8 to the other side, so I'm gonna say minus 8. Okay, now I'm gonna actually apply the completing of the square. Now remember, to actually apply completing of the square, I'm gonna have to do it for both the variable x and both the variable of y. Now to do that, now remember, I'm gonna need to add um this thing here. So I'm gonna, for x, I'm gonna say ax equals to minus b over minus b over 2a, and then for y, it's actually gonna be also be minus b over 2a, right? That's what I'm gonna actually add on both the expressions, and also on the right hand side, I mean to say. So this is actually what I mean to complete the square. So you're gonna say no, sorry about that. I'm actually gonna add something called, it's gonna be minus b over 2a squared. This is what I'm gonna add on for both the x variable and both the y variable, and then I'm gonna add that also to the right hand side. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So then I'm gonna say x squared minus 6x plus, now minus b, so it's gonna be minus 6, right? And that is all divided by the a is gonna be 1 for that expression there. Then I'm gonna say squared, right? Then I'm gonna say plus, then I'm gonna say y squared minus 4y plus, I'm gonna do the same thing, it's gonna be minus, still minus 4 over all over 2 times 1 squared, right? Then I'm gonna say equals to, then I'm gonna say minus 8 plus all of that, so it's gonna be minus 6 all over 2 times 1 squared plus minus 4 over 2 times 1 squared as well there. So I'm gonna have a x squared minus 6 plus, and then if I simplify all of that, so it's basically minus 6 over 2 times 1 squared. That will actually be just 9 plus y squared minus 4y plus, and then for that one, that's basically just 4. So it's just saying minus 8 plus 9 plus 4. Then I'm gonna factorize all of those expressions actually there. So I'm gonna factorize that one and factorize that one. Okay, now so for me to factorize them, I'm gonna actually form a perfect square. So that one, it will become x minus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared, and then so I'm gonna say minus 8 plus 9 plus 4, which is gonna give me 5. So actually the center of that circle, near center of circle, is 3 comma 2. So that is the center of the circle. Now after finding the center, this is what's gonna basically happen, and this is according to theory. Seeing that the center is 3 comma 2, now remember, if I had to calculate, so let me draw a line for you. Let's just say, remember it's 3, right? Yeah, so let's just say that center there, there's a center there which I'm gonna call probably ABCD, so which I'm gonna call probably D, and then remember we just found its coordinates to be 3 comma 2. Right, now remember, according to theory, is that line from center is going to be perpendicular to the tangent. So that line there is perpendicular to that one over there. Right, so I'm going to say DA is perpendicular to AB, right, because it's going to be line from center. DA is perpendicular to DA, so basically, because line from center perpendicular to tangent. Okay, now if those lines are actually perpendicular, it means that that angle DAP is actually 90 degrees. Now according to theory, if lines are actually perpendicular, it means that if you're gonna find the gradient of DA, and you multiply it with the gradient of AB, it should give you minus 1. All right, so for me to find the gradient of AB, I'm gonna need to actually find the gradient of DA. Now for me to find the gradient of DA, I'm gonna use the formula y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. All right, and that is equal to, now remember, A is given us, so that will be 3 minus 2 over 5 minus 3, and so basically if you do that, so it's gonna be 3 minus 2 all over 5 minus 3, which is basically a half. All right, now if that gradient of dA is a half, therefore it means that gradient of AB is actually gonna be just a -2. Sorry, there I was supposed to say DA perpendicular to AB as a reason, right? Now if I have that gradient AMAB, gradient of AB is -2, and then I also have and A is 5,3, right? Now I can use this formula y minus 1 equals to m x minus 1. It's up to you whether to use this formula or to use another way where you can solve for c and then find and then actually have the general equation, but this one is going to actually give me the equation, right? So I'm going to say y minus so that's a 3 ne? So I'm going to say 3 equals to minus 2, and that is x minus 5. So basically that equation is given as minus 2x, so it's minus 2x times minus 5, then plus the 3 over there, so it's going to be plus 13. Alright, so now I have found that equation of line A and B. Then now I'm going to tell you that using a different color, B is the x-intercept of line AB. So let y equals to 0. So I'm going to say 0 equals to minus 2x plus 13. You take the 13 to the other side. So it's going to become minus 2x equals to minus 13. And I'm going to divide both sides by minus 2. Divide both sides by minus 2. Right, therefore x is basically going to be 13 over 2. Right, so that means that the coordinates of B is actually 13 over 2 comma 0. Now after doing all of that, now I can say therefore they wanted us to find CB, right? So I'm gonna say therefore CB is gonna be equals to y2 minus sorry, not y2. CP is going to be equals to x2 minus x1, because finding the length of CP, we don't generally need to use a distance formula, seeing that both of them are going to have a y coordinates which is going to be 0, so we can just say x2 minus x1. All right, now remember B is 13, the x coordinates of B is 13 over 2 minus the one of C. We found it in the previous question to be 4. So basically the answer that we look so is going to be 13 over 2 minus 4, which is basically going to be 5 over 2 units. Okay, and yeah, basically this is the answer that you're gonna need to find at the end of this question, right? Yeah, and then yeah, basically this is the steps that you were supposed to follow to actually find the length of line CP. Yeah, kind of a lot of steps to do, but yeah, if you were able to get to the part where CP was actually 5 over 2, then you must have done mostly the same things as I have done here. Okay, I hope that's understandable.